Brexit talks continue to sour over Boris Johnson's latest plan to scupper his own government's agreement with the Brussels bloc, a move that could trigger legal action against the UK come January 1, Gina Miller has warned. The staunch Remainer told ITV's Robert Peston the EU would be within its own rights to unleash economic sanctions or even resort to legal action against the UK for either threatening to breach international law in order to secure a Brexit deal, or passing the Internal Market Bill in Parliament and therefore breaching legal obligations already agreed with the Brussels bloc. She warned, if they're posturing at the moment, which I think it's a really dangerous thing to do, and a big brinkmanship like this does not bode well for our reputation on the world stage. But say that's what it is, then the EU can have meetings, but until the 1st of January, until we have broken those laws, they can then trigger the dispute settlement mechanism in the Withdrawal Act. And we can end up with financial sanctions against us, we can have legal action against us. But until that moment, we don't know. So we have to watch and see what happens. Talks on a post-Brexit trade deal with the EU are hanging in the balance after Brussels demanded the UK abandon plans to override key elements of the withdrawal agreement. At a stormy meeting in London on Thursday, the Cabinet Office Minister Michael Gove insisted the government could not and would not drop measures in legislation tabled earlier this week. It prompted European Commission Vice President Maros Sefcovic to accuse the UK of an extremely serious violation of international law, putting the ongoing trade talks in jeopardy. Despite the tensions, Britain's negotiator Lord Frost said there had been useful exchanges and talks would resume next week in Brussels, although he warned that there were still a number of challenging areas. Meanwhile, Boris Johnson is facing growing unrest among Tory MPs deeply unhappy at the threat to undermine Britain's traditional support for the international rule of law. The former Chancellor Lord Lamont said the government was in a terrible mess and warned the UK Internal Market Bill would not get through the Lords in its present form.